morning. Welcome back to M Hood Discovered, everybody. I'm not sure what time it is yet. I just woke up. I have the phone on the charger. My phone sucks. I have to turn it off to charge it. And it was off all night. So when I woke up, yeah, I could turn it on the laptop, see what time it is. But look at this. This is the time. The sun is not over these trees, so maybe it's like 8-ish. After a while, when you're living out in the country, this could be true for anywhere. Anywhere where you are, where the sun is in the sky, because it should be in the sky. If it's not in the sky, there's something wrong with where you're at. Yeah, there's too much smog. It's in the sky. You just can't see it. But yeah, you get used to it. And you start like, oh yeah. The same thing with fishing. When you catch a size, you're like, oh, that's a 2-pounder. But the kid next to you is, I got a 10-pounder. No, that's a 2-pounder. Yeah, and someone shows you a picture of a bass, and they were guessing, but they made you think they had a scale. And they're like, look, I got all these fish on my tailgate. They're all like 4s and 6s. And I'm like, no, they're all 2s and 3s. Yeah, you're right. You get used to it. So here's something you don't get used to, but sometimes you have to go through. So, yeah, today I move again. Well, move some stuff today. Mostly I get unsettled. I get it all together. I get it packed. Yeah, you're right. Disarray, discombobulation. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a small place, so yeah, you're right. At least I didn't have to go through turning all the utilities on and after signing a lease. But lots of people around here that have more expert experience with situations like this in Texas law tell me in the state of Texas. I'm saying it this way because I've not actually looked it up, but it doesn't matter. But what I hear from people is, even if I signed the lease, the fact that my landlord has either something like dementia or dementia, basically in the state of Texas, you can't really do business with someone that is not of sound mind. It would nullify the contract. What would need to happen for any kind of contract, whether it's rental or sales, like sale of property, is power of attorney would have to happen. Now, where I'm at is on the market, but not visibly on the market. It's for sale. People have wanted and still want to buy it, but when they meet the owner and they realize something's up, they walk away from the sale. Now, it's not like this property is worth millions of dollars. In my mind, it's a good price. Not the asking price, the actual value. Yeah, I mean, if I had a couple $100K or a little over $100K to buy something with, I would be interested too. It seems like a good investment, but they keep walking away, even though some of these people could just get it outright. They walk away because you can't do business with someone who is, going downhill. It's sad. Bless her heart for trying to hang on and get things done. We can't do business like that. So yeah, I really wanted to make content in this tiny home, and I have, but I didn't get to make it the way I wanted to. I wanted to get the power on and get my machine running, get gas in the tank, get the internet on and all that. So we're gonna go do that somewhere else. But here we go. Let's get through this day. I'm not gonna be able to fish today. I gotta give all my energy to this project. And yeah, I did this a month ago to get out of Bell Chase, out of that trailer, which was a hellhole, and the landlord was a nightmare. I wouldn't say this is, maybe this is definitely a nightmare, but it's not the same nightmare. Well, we're going to something just as we're still keeping cool. You saw the shop. That's going to come together. I'm renting a room there. It's only temporary, though, folks. Only temporary, because it's a roommate situation. And this is not a dude that wants that. I've had that, though. It's been so long. Roommate situations for me place a lot of limitations on what I can do. So we'll see, but we got things coming. Let's get over this bump in the road. Let's get this done. Come on. This thing has been a champ for getting me through. The time that I've spent in here without power and water has actually been quite fun compared to the time I had to spend in that trailer without power. And just in general, the whole time I spent living in that trailer was just horrible. I mean, I had to fix stuff out of my own wallet. I had to deal with a bed bug infestation that was already there, and the landlord wouldn't take responsibility. This is not the same situation. This, you know why this was so much better? I know you can't see, but that's cat food. Stay there. Hey, Blanca, you ready to eat? You ready? You hungry? That's Mr. Satin. Oh, it's Coochie. This has been so much better. Yeah. Do you know why? my morning ritual. Oh. It's supposed to be in the upper 40s this morning. It's probably come up out of there. It's up in the low 50s right now. There's a slight fog coming off the lake right now because the water temperature is still warm, warmer than the air temp, right? By this cold weather, it facilitates some good stuff for the other channel, the fishing channel. Oh, I love it. It's lake life, baby. That's why it's been so much better. It's quiet, surrounded by nature, mostly good people. Yeah, suffering without, you know, power and water here has not been that bad, because, you know, I've got the power station. Hey, I'm a well-known person. I got a lot of good friends around here. And you know what else makes it just interstellar, just rock? It's in Texas, where I'm from. Yeah, I love being in Texas. I love Texas. It's a great state. Really, it is. It's a little cheaper. I mean, the cost of living is cheaper here than in Southeast Louisiana, than in Belle Chase, for sure. Definitely cheaper than Belle Chase. And, you know, it's just lake life. So we going somewhere that has power. But yeah, it's a roommate situation, but she's a nice lady, and I get along with her. She's good lady, good friend. I love listening to her. Yeah, we'll see how I acclimate to roommate. But let's walk this way. One thing about living in this location where this tiny home is that I don't like that much is the thickest, biggest part of the county park is right across the way, right? It's right there. So it's all free camping, right? So because it's free camping, people, and it's 24/7, you just come and go. People are coming and going. Now, there's a lot of good people that come here to camp. There's people that are homeless that will live there. I think you can stay in a spot for like 12 days or something like that. I don't know. It says on the sign over there what it is. And then you have to move. And then there's other county parks around on other county lakes. Well, yeah, you know, you get some sketchy people. You get people coming and going, doing shenanigans or whatever. There's some drug stuff. It's not that bad, but you can see some sketchy people, some creepy people sometimes. When you walk through there in the morning, you'll see a lot of condom wrappers and stuff like that. And so sometimes you're just like, But yeah, the thing is that the community is a little further from this, and where I'm going, I'm in the community, right? So this is you kind of feel like you're in no man's land, like you're kind of isolated, and everything right across the way from you, because there's nothing. Look, no one there, and all that openness. So you're kind of out here by yourself, and then you just got the campers around you. And at any given day or night, it could be normal people, it could be sketchy people. It just depends. It's far worse in summer, so it's not bad right now. Even though I say that, don't take it the wrong way. It's not that bad. They don't mess around that much, these sketchy people, because we're in Texas, you know, and they see me over here. Obviously, I'm quite country. To them anyway, covered in camo, got a hunting dog over here. Yeah, so they don't, Yeah, I'm talking about pew-pews, like. They just assume that if they come messing around when I'm here, that I'm gonna come out with the double barrel or something. And you know, yeah, it is Texas, you know, open carry and all that. That's another thing. Just let the dogs bark. There's lots of barking dogs around. You get used to it. In other places I've lived, people would complain when I just let my dogs make that noise. They're playing. They're having fun. But yeah, it's the country. It's lake life. Yeah, the neighbors can hear the dogs bark, but the neighbors got dogs that bark. Nobody cares. It's what dogs do out here. Right? And the dogs are better for it. Yeah, sometimes it gets annoying when you this dog that won't shut up. There's always a dog across the lake at night. Barks for hours. I don't know what's going on. Barking at a duck or barking at a possum. Woo, 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 woo. Like a car alarm that won't shut up. But it's across the lake. It don't bother me, but I'm just like, hear it. I'm just like, man, that dog's gonna need a lozengen pretty soon because he's gonna have a sore throat. It'll go on for hours. Yeah, so I laugh about it more than I get angry about it because I don't get angry. But yeah, go on and on and on. That coonhound can go on and on and on. You know, a possum comes to the cat bowl, she's still bitching about it 2 hours later. But she knows well enough, so she bitches with a low woo, 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 rather than that's not even her highest pitch bay right there. When she's really freaking out, it's like, or like something like a eunuch or something. Woo, woo. That's a normal woo. I don't even know what she wants. She wooed at the gate. She wants that gate open. All right, let's get it open. Let's get this day on. Let's get the woo on. Let's get this day going. Let's get my tea drank. I ain't done with it. I'm not awake, by the way. They always do this. I grab the leashes, they start dancing. Sometimes they start doing it when they hear me tearing off poop bags. Stop dancing. Let me put this on you. We don't live in Mayberry. Gotta lock up. Oh, yeah, you ready? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Whether you're a vlogger or a dog owner, you sometimes develop the skill of doing things one-handed, left or right. I'm left or right. I don't know if it's because my parents were left-handed, and I'm actually right-handed, but I grew up being able to use both. Maybe it's because I'm a guitar player. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm a fisherman. Well, I've met other sac-a-lait fishermen, other crappie fishermen that had good abilities with the hand that they did not favor, right? Like, they grew up left-handed oriented or right-handed oriented, but because they crappie fished all the time, they developed some abilities with the other hand because we're always switching. We sit there jigging, or if you're in a place where you're jigging a lot, where you're popping, working the jig, straight jigging or something. Let's go this way, guys. One hand gets tired, or the arm, or whatever, you switch. So yeah, I'm not the best at writing with my left, but my goodness, I can cut a straight line when I'm painting with it. I got good at that. If something happens to this one, I can write with this one. I type with both of them. I do a lot of fretting, notes and things like that with this hand. And I pick and strum with this one. I'm starting to get really good at casting with this. Yeah, both. People are always like, why do you cast with the right? Because I've always done that. So even though we're out in the country, I'm gonna pick it up because it's a county park. It's just a nice thing to do. But sometimes you leave one. There's always gonna be places where they're making drops where it doesn't matter. If you're dropping in the middle of the trail, you pick it up because it's just kind of rude. Where are you going? Hey. Well, this is gonna be a good morning. We're getting a twofer if we can fit it in. Hey, you just stepped in his poop. What's wrong with you? It's a two for one bag. 2 for 1 bag day. Heel. Stay. Come on. I'm directly across from the property that I've been living at for the past almost a month, right? Now, that property has slip rights somewhere right here. Not just here on this side. It could either be here in front or on the side. We'll get to the side where the other slip rights could be. You don't get 2 slip right locations. You get to choose. You don't own this. It's not like there's your property. Like in Louisiana, you can own the property on that side of the street and on this side of the street. So you don't own this. It's just slip rights, and you pay for it in your taxes, right? You could put a boat slip here. Like you see these 2 slips. They pay for that in their taxes. They get slip rights or launch rights or whatever you want to call it. I call it slip rights. I don't know if that's the correct term. So you could put if you own that, you could put a slip somewhere here. But this is not the most ideal. Obviously they like it because it's directly across from them, right? But you got 2 locations for that property because you have shoreline across the street in 2 different locations on that property. That's a corner property, right? So this is really shallow here. Super shallow coming back here. All right. Come on, guys. So this part of the county park is on a peninsula, right? On Lake Holbrook. And down at the end, we call that the point, which is a really good place to fish if it's calm down there. And a lot of times it is, but sometimes, like I said, there are undesirable people here, but not always. It's more likely you will experience that in summer. But yeah, see, there's normal people here. There's a van lifer parked over there, some kind of, I don't know if that's a Sprinter, but there's a van someone's living in. They just showed up. I haven't seen that van before. There's a RV down there. There's a 2 or 3 sites here that you could just pull in. So here's the other bit, right? Come on, guys, we're gonna go this way. You come on this side, you've got the dam right there. So this bit of shoreline is directly across the street from the other side of the property, and this is the other choice. You could put a slip here or in that shallow cove. This is much deeper. Yes, we're not going over there. Trying to get to a dead fish. There's a nice channel, a nice bit of a drop off right in front of us here. It's a good place to fish. Good place to do that too. Have you ever heard the term red dirt circuit? Red dirt. If you're a fan of country music, that's where you're likely to hear that term, the red dirt circuit, right? You know, a lot of very authentic country performers, country and western performers that start out somewhere small rather than on some cable TV show, or they basically started out as like an industry plant or something. You know, guys who came up from the bottom, got a band and started just touring. They would play these juke joints, and in Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana, they would call it, in some maybe Arkansas as well, right? They call it the red dirt circuit because everywhere they were playing, the dirt was red. Well, Mineola, which is the town I live just outside of, is a part of that. We have some juke joints where you can go see country music. But this is, we call it red dirt, yeah, on that aspect, but this is actually sugar sand. And it irritates the piss out of this red bone. Him too, but more her. That tiny home we're living in, because it faces north, when that wind is blowing out of the north, it just, even though there's 3 windows, 1 in the back, 2 in the front, even though they're shut, if you have the door open, it just puts it right in there. It's just always sweeping. Well, we're in a drought too, so everything is dry for the most part. We're starting to get some rain, but we haven't really had our drought busted all the way through. Not quite yet, but I mean, the lake is still below a normal level. I've seen worse. So yeah, it can irritate some dogs, that sugar sand. It's like a coarse sand. It's not fine. Gets on their skin and everything. They're rolling and playing in it. When we get up the hill, we're still gonna be on the lake, but not as much on the lake as we are here. We won't be dealing with sugar sand getting sucked into the house every day, and the dogs
just absolutely covered in it. We also have out here what we call caliche, and that's a more of like a orange red clay. We got that too, but here around the lake it's sugar sand. Yeah, I wish I wasn't doing this today. I got so much I'm working on. Got a busy week. We're just gonna try and get this done. Leave that turtle alone. There's a dead turtle here. Leave it alone. We just need to get this done. I got friends helping me with the move tomorrow. I'll move some with the bike today after I get it together. What I want to be doing today, I just think I'll be able to do, I want to work on my signature series that we're developing out here. That's coming along. We got the pour, we got the mold, we got it all designed. We got to choose all the colors, but I need to fish it. I feel good about it. I like what we've got so far, but I was gonna go fish prototypes today to make sure. If you're curious as to what it is, well, you'll get to see it eventually on the other channel, but I'm coming out with a versatile bait for the guys who like going after big gill and crappie at the same time. This is a versatile bait that will catch your slabs, whether they're gills or sakale, you know, crappie or paper mouths. You can do it all with this bait. And it's for the guys who like using lighter jigs, because that's what's up. You know, from the heaviest jig would be a 132 ounce, 148, that's lighter, and then a 164. Yeah, when we were coming up with this line, we were thinking a lot about Louisiana, like my experience there. A lot of times there, you want to go with the lightest jig possible that you can get away with under the cork. Here in Texas, on lakes like this, it's a different tactic, different method, right? Slow retrieve without so much any popping. And a lot of times it's a 1/16 ounce. But in skinnier water, shallower water, where maybe you're fishing around a lot of choke, you don't have the advantage of doing a long, slow retrieve, you want to do some subtle popping, that's what's up. I always expected this to happen down on the Mississippi on one of them bayous in the middle of the city, but my goodness, I got the camera pointed this way because I don't want this video to lose its monetization. I don't want to get banned. Someone's leg is on the beach. I'm gonna have to call the sheriff's department here in a second. Well, actually, I think I could get away with showing it. You want to see the leg? It's a severed leg. All right, it's right behind me. Like, see that right there? Little person. At least there's no blood, so we're not going to get demonetized. Morning. That morning cold is starting to recede with that sun getting a little more up. It's actually supposed to get pretty warm today, 80 degrees, and then drop back down into the high 40s tonight. I still got that kind of clothing on, so I need to get to the house and get into something a little lighter. Basically, when I went to sleep last night, I put on a thermal shirt and some long johns, a Thinsulate Realtree long john, something like that. Crawled up there in the loft with one blanket, slept all nice and cozy. It wasn't cold at all, but when I got out this morning, I just threw some pants on over them long johns and a shirt and a hoodie. And now I'm cooking. We need to get back. This white fence around the front yard and the gate and everything, man, it is exactly the same for a lot of family plots I've seen out on ranches and different homesteads here in Texas and some other states out west. You know, it's like a family plot with a tiny home, like one big mausoleum. I feel like, yeah, it doesn't creep me out. I kind of find it humorous, but yeah, it's morbid humor. It's like living in a living mausoleum, because that's the kind of fence they put around family plots these days. Well, let me get this work done and I'll get back at you. Until then, thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being members of the channel. And yeah, you're right, I'll see y'all next time.